Uh, Well, hello and welcome. Wow, I'm Hope. We're with Jen here, and I am so excited to be speaking with you guys today. You know, we've set up this beautiful program, and we're coming to you live tonight to talk about the twin flame journey. You know, focused on the divine feminine collective. And this is about the Embodied Flame Temple. This is a program that Jennifer and I have created and are so excited to share with you. So we're going to do a spread for you guys tonight. We have a twin flame reading just to give all of us where we are on our twin flame journey, a nice little update. And then we're going to talk about some other stuff. And then we'll also have an opportunity for you guys. Write your questions in the chat. We will be pulling cards for you as well. So yeah, welcome. And thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Right, and so I'm going to start us off with our invocation to call in the spirit team before we get into the reading, but we are going to be starting with the twin flame check-in reading, and we're just going to get a feel for the energy first before we really dive deep into what we're really going to be talking about tonight. All right, so let's go ahead and let me get my invocation up. So if you will close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths with me. All right, so breathe in. That's 1. Breathe in. That's 2. Breathe in. That's 3. I now call in the council of the awakened flame, a divine collective of angels, archangels, ascended masters, our higher selves, guardian angels, star family, and galactic light beings to please enter this present space and time. I call upon Archangel Michael to place a bubble of protection around us. Only beings of the highest vibration of pure love and light may enter in. So be it. All right. So I'm going to let Hope get us started with our twin flame check-in reading.
Yes, I'm starting here with a beautiful oracle card. This is from the twin flame deck. Let's see what we have here. We start off with an 11 card. You know, I have no doubt that just about everybody here in this right now knows all about the 11, right? Beautiful portal energies, right? Everybody sees the 11s everywhere. Compassion, higher heart opening. And gosh, I love this so much because this is really just about healing. Healing heartbreak, healing any old pains and traumas, about love that maybe you have stored in your heart, to align you with a higher love, a deeper love, a love that feels more solid and secure. Love it.
So I'm going to be pulling with the Mermaid Tarot. What is the current state of the contract right now? And so we have the Queen of Wands. This is the divine feminine really standing in her power, and I love it. I mean, this is like, she knows what she deserves, and she's not settling for less than what she knows, is meant for her. And so, like, this even like comes into, if your counterpart is not showing up in the way that you deserve, you don't take it from them. It's like, no matter what the label is, I don't care. I know what I deserve, and I'm not going to settle for less than what I know I deserve. So did you have anything you wanted to add to this?
Oh my God, I love that so much, because what we know about the divine feminine journey right now, Twin Flame 2025, is she's done a lot of work, a lot of clarity, a lot of healing work. And this is the queen, right? She is the queen. So she is ready to make different kinds of decisions that represent higher levels of well-being. It's that heart space. Oh, I love that. Okay, let me shuffle the cards just a couple of times here. I'm going to pull on where the divine feminine is right now, and any kind of block or what might be up with that. Here we go. First card up, we have the beautiful Three of Cups. Sometimes this twin flame journey, it could get a little lonely, right? You can feel isolated. You can feel as though no one really understands. Nobody is with you on this. Maybe even the opposite, right? Where maybe people judge you. Maybe you're not making right decisions or whatever that noise, whatever that static is, right? You are moving into a place where you know what you know, and you're going to act accordingly. And that foundation of knowledge is attracting people, other women that are on the journey with you that can support you in it. So blocks or challenges, we have the Page of Wands. And the energy on this one is telling me, wow, you didn't put your new passion, your new creations in the wrong place. This is a card saying you're not wrong in how you trusted where you put your passion. So God, it's so funny that this page he's being real hard on himself. Like he made these really big mistakes, but this is a beginning. And there's please, no, let go of the judgment, let go of the I didn't do it right, I'm making dumb decisions, or whatever that voice is in your head, whatever's going on. Yeah.
So with that Three of Cups being the current energy, so like the first thing is like third parties are such a big part of the twin flame, and so that was the first thing. Like we've got too many people usually, and why is that? Because like it gets exhausting being triggered all the time. And so like, I want something easier. And so they go find something easier. But I love also that card is showing just all the women, because like what you said, it's like you're finding your tribe. And so like it's through probably combined heartbreak that we're finding our tribe. But I mean, we are finding our power in the people, around us outside of like that person now. And so I love that it's showing like your friend groups instead of it being something romantic that came out. And then you said the block is the Page of Wands. And so to me, it's like finding your joy and just really like being able to hold on to it, because it's like we put so much of our whatever into that other person. That's our joy. Like that's all that we can focus on. And so it's like once that person is removed, now where's your joy coming from? Because it's like all outside of yourself. You've got to find it back inside of yourself. And it's like coming back to that the inner child feeling is what I'm kind of picking up too with that. It's like returning into that innocence of like what brought you happiness before you ever met this person. You found a way to be happy. So now how can you find that happiness again? So did you pull for the clarification for this? Were you pulling for that?
I haven't, but I could if you want. Okay. Let me, I'll pull a clarifier on this one. We have the Lover's card.
So what, yeah. I mean, what decision are you going to make about love? What brings you love? What is actual real love? I mean, so if something is constantly stealing your joy, that doesn't feel very much like love.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And I want to be clear, like the Lover's card is also a crossroads card where big choices, big decisions in how this Page of Wands is showing up for you. You are at a type of crossroads with this energy that Jenn and I just talked about. Yep. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay.
Are you ready for me to pull for the masculine?
Yes.
All right. So his overall energy right now is the Page of Cups. So there's two pages out. So there's a lot of childish energy that's still coming out. But with the Page of Cups, it's like, I want it. And it's like almost this like naivety about what they're actually capable of doing. And so I don't think that they're being disingenuous with their feelings towards you. I actually think that they do actually mean it when they tell you that, you know, you're the greatest thing they've ever seen or experienced, but they don't know how to hold it because they're still, you know, immature. They're still growing to do. They're still learning to do. And then the blocks that they're dealing with right now, it's the Knight of Cups. It's the rose-colored glasses. And so it's like their idea of what love is pretty distorted. And so it's a lot of times it's more about the physical and not really the emotional or the spiritual. And it's like they get more focused on like what makes me feel good and not like actually the connection and the partnership and everything that you're supposed to be working on together in this connection. So I'll hold these up for you so that you can.
Gosh, you know, Jen, that was so brilliant. Like, there's a lot of love bombing energy on this.
Love bombing, yes.
Somebody shows up and they're all about it. All the,
you're
you know,
the greatest
flowers.
thing ever, right there. Yeah.
Right. The love bombing, and you're the greatest thing I've ever seen, and we're gonna be together forever. And then because it is child energy, right? It's young, then maybe they're gone. Maybe they even ghost, you know, or oh, sorry, I was really busy. Hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. That's that energy. And man, boy, will that just trigger that heartbreak, that heartache, that heart pain.
And it's part of what keeps us stuck is because there is enough evidence of love. The love is real. That part is absolutely true. And like I said, with this, they meant it. They did want it. They saw the value. It was great, but they're still in that child energy, the immature energy. They're not able to hold it. And that's, you know, that's the difference. It's like, you can't force them to be more than what they are, you know, and so you're just going to get hurt if you continue trying to get it out of someone who is literally incapable of doing it at this time. Okay.
Gosh, Jen, that's again with that page energy, that's that like the imagination of a child or us in our more naive years is that rose-colored glasses and not being able to see things for as they really are. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, what's up next is where is the connection right now? So we're going to pull a card based on the state of the current connection. And what I pull here is the Knight of Pentacles. Now, slowest knight in the deck. Slow. One of the super positive qualities about this Knight of Pentacles is it is trustworthy. It has integrity. It's grounded in honesty, and it's this guy knows how to make a long-term plan and stick to it. Right. This is earlier we were talking about that love, young, immature love. This guy, he knows his business and he's working toward the vision. Hard worker. Now, this is the two of you together in the connection. Now, you have been carrying most of this weight, and that's and that imbalance, it has caused the partner to just run around and be more like a Knight of Wands and not like a Knight of Pentacles. And I got to pull a clarifier on this. Wow. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. When the weight of this gets too much for you, you're this. Snap judgments, snap decisions, angry.
But there's a mirror in that too. So when like, okay, the day to day gets too much for them, that's where the rage comes in on them. It's like, you know, like that's where that childish like tantrums come in on that. So I see the mirroring in that for both of us.
So, and what's interesting is the current state, each divine feminine, divine masculine got pages. The next aspect of that is the Knight. So what this does tell me also is regardless of how stuck you may be feeling in this connection, there is movement forward, right? Page to Knight. We are moving forward. Okay.
There's some growth with that, but it's still like So we went from the, childish energy though to the teenager energy. So there's like a lot that comes in with that too. It's still not quite mature yet, but it's growing.
We'll see if any kings show up, right?
Okay, so the potential outcome, we have the Four of Pentacles. So right now there's still resistance, but it's based in fear. This is all about the lack. It's all about, it happens for everybody else. It doesn't happen for me. And it's just, I'm going to pull a clarifier on this as well too. And so we have the Six of Swords. And so I feel like this is how we're moving out of that energy. And so you've got to make a conscious decision to get out of this space. This isn't something like it'll let you sit here as long as you want to sit here in this, feeling bad for yourself, feeling sorry for yourself. You've got to take action yourself right here to get yourself out of it, to move yourself out of that old story, out of the old traumas. If you don't want to stay in those, I'm going to call it toxic cycles that we get in, the only way out is you've got to make the decision. You can't wait for them to do it. You've got to be the one that does it first. And like, I'm getting out of this, even if it hurts, even if I have to leave behind something that was very valuable to me. I'm not going to stay stuck where I'm not getting anywhere, where where there's nothing here for me. And it just makes me feel worse about myself in the end. So I'm going to hold these up and let you take on.
Absolutely. That Four of Pentacles is a card of holding on too tightly. It is a card of resistance, and it's of course, fear of losing, right? Fear of losing something that feels so important to you. Maybe something you feel that you don't have the ability to let go of, and
for a long time you probably can't. So I mean, this is one of those things that until you are literally ready, you won't be able to take that step. So don't give yourself a hard time if you're still kind of, I'm not quite ready, because you'll know, the pain, it's right here. It's right in your heart. And so but getting to the awareness, that's going to be your next step. If you're not ready to move out of it yet, then at least have the awareness of what is actually happening and what you deserve. And, just start building from there, the steps from that. So I know that's a big jump. And so I'm trying to we can baby step this. It's okay if we baby step this. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Great. So, divine message.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I want to say that this card just might very well be my favorite card in the entire tarot deck right now. A lot of you watching this are probably aware that today we are experiencing an amazing Jupiter Cazimi. It's one of the most fortuitous, luckiest days of the year. And we get this beautiful Wheel of Fortune. So just a moment ago, we had the Four of Pentacles, which is about, I'm afraid to let go. This is very, very difficult. And totally get that. This is a challenge. However, the fates are deciding, right? Jupiter is speaking in a very beautiful, wonderful way to help move you forward. Part of the energy on this card is that of a positive tower, which is a shift in how things are going on, completely unexpected, to help move you out of the paralyzing fear that can be at times that Four of Pentacle energy. Yeah, I'm checking on a clarifier. It's no, And Jupiter also carries a lot of the energies about balancing divine masculine energy. So this card feels to me more like it's speaking to the divine masculine in the connection, even though it is also speaking to the divine feminine. Yeah.
So, and the Wheel of Fortune is also about karma clearing. And so, I mean, that's the whole purpose of this that we've been doing to this point. But that's part of what we're going to be talking about in our series is the twin flame template is changing because we've worked through all of the karma. And so do you want to help kind of what you've been getting on this piece right here about how it's shifting out of being, something that's based in karma because we've cleared the karma to this point, to now it's going to be about embodiment and just really being able to hold that frequency of divine love. So I'll let you go ahead and chime in.
No, Jupiter has spoken. Oh, I do. I love these energies. And
just had
kind
the Jupiter's bell show up in the chat. That's pretty cool.
Oh gosh. Yeah. No, this is this is a card that for this reading, it does not need clarification. Okay. Yeah.
So the final message I pulled with the soul coaching oracle, and you won't believe it, we got surrender. It's just like, that's the only option we have at this point. You are not going to be able to control this thing. All you can do is surrender to what is happening, surrender to the process. And like, you're not going to be able to make this be what you want it to be. It is what it is. And so like, take what's coming to you and inspect it as to how it can be best serve you. And so like, anytime you're going through, like, okay, you're going through, you know, the cycle, you know, well, what are you supposed to learn from this? Like, what is it showing you? And you go through separation. What am I supposed to be learning from this? You know, just all of these things are things that like, you can't control them. So what can we do with them? They're here in your life for a reason. And so it's like, it's our responsibility to figure out what that purpose is. All right. So I'm going to hold this up.
Oh my gosh. Of course, this card can be a tall order at times. And when it comes to your own spiritual growth, your healing, whatever's going on in your heart, that is the task at hand. And it does bring me back to this Jupiter card, this Wheel of Fortune, just a little bit, because it's when you do kind of summon the courage or the strength, fortitude to surrender, what you're going to notice is you move actually into a higher state. And that is the gift of faith in this reading right now, wherever you find yourself, wherever you find your heart right now in your twin flame journey. Surrendering is really how to ride these massive waves of change that we know the twin flame journey you are currently going through, right? That's how that is right now. Yeah.
So do we want to recap a little bit about, the contract right now? Let's see, I missed that. Well, okay, you've got the feminine's energy. So what was the feminine's energy again?
The feminine energy, remember, it was that 3 of Cups, you know, where it's like, ladies, you know, part of the way that surrendering and stepping out in greater faith and trust works is if you do what you can to not have to go it alone so much. And this is the card of coming together in like-minded people going through what you're going through. A release, a surrender of any past relationships or even conversations where maybe there are friends that don't understand what you're going through, and you could kind of feel the judgment at times. This is a beautiful card of just coming together.
Perfectly ties into kind of what this is all about. So we were kind of moving from here to what our offer is, why we're here. So why don't you explain with that 3 of Cups right there? Because that's really what it is.
Oh gosh. Jen, are you talking about the classes that we're going to be doing?
I'm just, why did we start this series to begin with? And it was that exact thing right there. It was to bring together the like-minded feminines, because you can't have these conversations outside of this. I mean, you try and all they see is it's toxic, you know, it's something bad, and they are not trying to understand it. And so that ends up making you feel worse when you know, because you feel it on your soul level that no, there's something here. I'm trying to understand it. You know, it's not just, you know, it's not just a toxic relationship. There's something here. But like, if you say that outside of this space, you're not going to get any understanding, and it's going to end up making you feel worse. And so like, that's my goal here, is to give people a space to be able to have these conversations so that you don't have to feel so crazy, because like you said with that card earlier, it does make you feel really alone. It does make you feel like you're having to just learn all of this on your own, and you don't have to. That's what we're trying to do, is bring everybody together.
That's right. Exactly. Yep. And that right there is the higher heart opening that you just talked about. Yeah.
And so do you want me to put the slide up so that we can talk about the stages? that
That
we're going
would
to
be
be talking
great.
about in the class? Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So I will just start. So we have the Embodied Flame Temple Journey Map. And so we are starting a Divine Feminine Mastery series, and it starts on July 1st. And we'll be sharing down in the comments a link so that you can join up with us. But these are the things that we're going to be talking about each month. And so we're going to be starting with the spark. And so this is the recognition, how you know you really met your twin. And so this is going to be a really interesting class because it's not just about how you can identify who your twin is. To me, this is how you know you're even on the twin flame journey to begin with. And so that's going to be a powerful session because we're going to start talking about just all the different types of twin flame partners that there can be, because it's not just a one size fits all on this. We have lots of different types of twins. Some are just meant for just to wake you up and then they take off. And then there's some that's meant to literally be in divine partnership with you. There's some that's meant to be in mission with you. And, it's up to us to try to determine like what the soul contract really is. And if you start labeling them all as one size fits all, then you're going to get stuck with possibly somebody you're not meant to be stuck with. They were meant to do one thing, but you tried to force them into something else. And so this is going to help us understand the different types of twin flames that there are and help you understand like what you might be dealing with yourself. But the main thing is recognizing that you're even a twin flame yourself and you're on this mission. So do you want to talk about session 2, the spiral?
Yeah, I do. And just to kind of add a little bit to what you just said, it's exactly that spark. It's the connection. It's the nature of the connection to help you discern exactly where you are and what's going on. Because what we know to be true is the twin flame connection is very deep, very personal, and undeniable. We definitely know that to be true. And for our second session in our 7-part series is called The Spiral. And this is where sometimes our emotions are all over the place, right? We come together, there's that spark, and then we're up, we're down, we're all around. Whatever we're feeling, it is overwhelming in its nature. And because of the overwhelmingness of what we're going through, that's it can be very hard to stand on solid ground. And I think to tie it back to the general reading we did today, that's what creates that 4 of Pentacles difficulty, letting go energy that you were speaking of earlier, Jen.
So for me with the spiral, this is the runner chaser that we talk about all the time, the push pull. And so, I mean, this is just where you get stuck in that loop that literally can drive you crazy if you can't figure your way out of it. And so we're going to help you kind of see what's actually happening in this space and help you know how to get off of the crazy train. And so session 3 is the collapse. And this is something we talk about a lot. It's separation. And so we're going to talk about what it means, how it feels, and the purpose behind it. And so this is the piece that most of us know like so well because it's the part that hurts the most in this whole thing. But there is purpose in this as well. And I mean, like we're going to get to the end. It's not for nothing. Nothing in this, none of the pain, anything that you're going through, it's not for nothing. So do you want to add to this for session 3?
Yes. So in the collapse, that's where you begin to learn about like I talked earlier about the overwhelming energies. That's where you begin to make some sense out of the shakeup that you've been experiencing. Different perspectives start to come in, different perceptions, and 2 and 2 begins to start to make 4 again. And we're going to be going into a lot of that. And in class, we're going to be doing some healing work, some reflection work. And also, let me just mention this, is every single time we meet, we get together, you're going to walk away with some journal prompts that will also help you make some sense of this, ground, release, and again, add deep clarity for you and where you are in your twin flame journey.
Do you want to talk about session 4, the mirror?
I do. The mirror. Like I said, hey, you're going to be gaining a little bit of clarity on this. Yes. You start to like, wow, maybe I'm not so overwhelmed with all these different kinds of emotions or conversations. I am starting to align with newer truths, different kinds of epiphanies. You're starting to see the significance in exactly what's happening. Your intuition gets sharp again instead of feeling like, well, I'm kind of in a fog. What is going on? Right. And that's actually when your own soul healing journey starts to gain a little bit of traction because you're grounded in it. You're just not so darn overwhelmed anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is literally where the truth comes out and you can't unsee it. And so it's like those rose colored glasses we talked about earlier. This is where they fall off because you see this for what it really is. It's not the love story that you thought it was. It is about ascension. And I mean, so you start seeing the triggers for what they are and you see the healing that needs to happen. Now, you might not necessarily be doing the healing work, but you're at least in the awareness stage of, okay, so this wasn't just, boy meets girl, like this wasn't going to be that, kind of story. This actually had a purpose and you see it for that and you start working with it. And so that moves us into session 5, which is the fire.
The fire.
This is where embodiment really comes in. So once you really start doing the work, and this is the work, and so this is where you have to literally, walk yourself right out of the fire and into your phoenix era. No one is coming to save you in this. They are not coming back to save you. If that's what you're waiting on, you're going to stay stuck. You'll never reach the full embodiment. You have to want it. You have to own it for yourself. You have to go after it for yourself. And I mean, that's where the power comes in. That's the Queen of Wands. That's the Queen of Wands energy, just full force. So what do you want to add to that?
Oh my gosh, there's really a lot to say about this phase, quite frankly, because in all likelihood, everything that Jenn and I have spoken of so far, you're like, yep, here, I can check that box. Maybe I'm on this step 4, but then I go back and then there's a step 2 again. And where am I? It's in this beautiful fire phase that we start to put ourselves back together a little bit, brick by brick by brick. This is the beginning of your embodiment, your return to a higher level of wholeness. And another key component of this fire phase is this is you also exiting the karmic aspects of your twin flame connection. So instead of seeking out into the world, you are going up more into your higher self, into your divine connections. Intuition is greatly heightened here, and also feelings of different levels of support, just to help you move forward. Support meaning usually it's just in your own soul, in your own spirit, just to help you feel a little bit more fortified to continue walking this pretty significant embodiment process. Another thing about the fire is it's fire. So you might get a little hot, right? A little angry about something, like, oh my God, I am seeing all of this nonsense. And again, one of the things that I'm so excited when it comes to this series about is we're going to have a beautiful kind of container to help process this all to help it make more sense. And we're going to have each other to reflect upon, just so we get even more clear and more grounded, so that we leave a lot of this, I'll call it karmic debris, right, fully in the past. And for me, Jenn, I'm a little I'm a little biased right now, but the fire phase for me right now, it excites me so much because this is where rubber really, really begins to meet the road, and we start healing and empowering ourselves. And this is I'm very excited about that one.
Well, we talk about the twin flame mission all the time, but you can't even get to the mission without going through the fire. And so that's the lead up to session 6 is the mission. If you want to go into that for us.
The mission is where things really, really start making sense. Like for the fire, I spoke about how, hey, you know what, you're kind of building it back brick by brick, new understandings, clarity, beautiful epiphanies, perspective. And then you get really clear on the levels of why. Like, why are we together? Why did this happen? Why am I feeling this? Why did they say that? Why? Right? A lot of things come on the mission in the mission phase. And as those kind of interlock and click together, you start really jump shifting forward into the next more embodied, more whole who you are as a type of integration of your own divine feminine energy, your internalized divine masculine energy. So your peace, harmony, all that stuff, we're turning into a higher level of you. And this is also where the twin flame journey elevates up into its most current incarnation of manifestation of what it is designed to be on earth, because all of us on this journey in some form or another know that this is a journey that is currently evolving and becoming something different. And because of that fact, what's also happening for a lot of us on this journey is it's a little extra tumultuous right now, and has been for a couple years now, 2, 3, 4 years now. Perhaps some of you even longer. Yeah. Jen, do you have anything else to add about the mission?
Well, yeah. So when I was channeling out these 6 phases, when I got to this one, like I got the phrase, it wasn't for nothing. And it literally made me sob. And I felt like that wasn't just for me. I feel like that so many other feminines need to know that the efforts that you have put in, it wasn't for nothing. And that no matter how long you've spent in any of these, different phases here, there's no shame or guilt to be had with it, because you were learning. You didn't know what you didn't know. Mm-hmm. And so now then, like, we're giving you the tools to be able to better understand it, to get out of these phases much quicker, and to really be able to hold the embodiment. But I think that the embodiment, like, by the time I got to that piece, like, it was just like my understanding of just all of this. I just felt like I had come out of war. I don't know if you felt that, but it was like literally, this didn't feel like love to me. This felt like burning from the inside out and like rebuilding yourself from the ground up. It was a lot. And so for me to get that, phrase of it wasn't for nothing, all the heartbreak, all of, just everything it took to get here, it wasn't for nothing. So this is where you're finding your power and transforming your love into sacred purpose. And so I know that, like, I do a lot of readings and people are looking for me to tell them what's your mission. By this point, you are going to know it. Nobody's going to have to be able to tell it to you. You're going to know, what it wasn't for nothing meant for you. That's going to make so much sense to you. It's like, no, this is what I was supposed to do with this. I thought it was love. I thought it was a relationship. I thought it was supposed to be, my happily ever after. But that's not what it is. But this is what it did for me. This is what I'm doing with it. And you're going to know it by this point, because you're not going through that fire without knowing why you went through it. So that brings us to session 7, which is the celebration. And so this is just one that we added in just because after we've gone through all of this work, we really want to honor, what has happened in this space. You did the work and you are standing in your power now, and we want to celebrate you with that. And so this is just going to be a final session where we're just answering any questions that you might still have, but we're also going to provide you with some empowerment tools so that you can take what we've taught you here and take it out into the world, because we need to be taking this mission seriously in that way. Like, we need to be standing in that divine love, holding that frequency of divine love, which is when you get to that embodiment, that's what you're doing. You're holding the frequency of that divine love. You're able to be in divine union because you're holding the frequency of divine love. And so this is the thing. We're not just going to teach you all of this stuff and then send you out. We're going to give you things, so that you can continue the work even after you're out of this. All right. So what would you like to add?
Oh, I love that so much. Yeah, the twin flame journey is the most arduous journey a soul can commit to. It is the most challenging way to grow as a human being on planet Earth. And nothing will challenge a soul the way the interlocking pieces interface with the soul of your twin. And we got to celebrate that progress, all the hard work I have been through on my own twin flame journey. And I know Jenn, she could definitely speak to her own. Oh my goodness. And I'm sure some of you guys have some stories as well. Right. That's just what this is. And so, and this is a challenge. It's effing hard. And I just want to acknowledge you, and I want to celebrate you, all the beautiful healing work. And I also want to celebrate all the ways that you will transform in this 7-part series that we have put together for you. And yeah,
the link in the chat for anybody that is interested in learning more about what we're talking about. So we do have 2 options for you. And so the first option is it's $22 a month, and it gets you the 90-minute group coaching call plus a private Facebook group where we can interact as well. And then for those that want to go super deep, we have it's the 111, I think, package. But you'll get a monthly check-in reading with us every single month as part of that, plus the group coaching call. So that's for the ones who are like, I know I'm ready to get out of this. I've been doing this over and over. I'm stuck in, like, you can even point out probably where you've gotten stuck, but like, like, this isn't for me anymore. Like this circle that I'm losing my words. Can you help me with?
You're spiraling back. It's a little Groundhog Day. You run the cycle to the end, and then it's like somebody hit the reset button.
It's like I want off the crazy train. So those that are ready for that, it's like I'm ready to do the work, whatever it needs. I just don't know what that needs to be. This is for you. All right. So I think now we are ready to start pulling cards.
Yeah. Yep. That Jenn, let me just add this if I could. What we're going to be doing with the structure on this is, so the first Tuesday of every month for 7 months, we're going to meet. Beautiful class, all kinds of great stuff. We'll do some readings and big, beautiful healing work. And then what we're going to do also is the last Tuesday of the month, we're going to do a general kind of for everybody YouTube live, where again, we're going to take some concepts, do just pull cards for people, lending any kind of clarity. What I also know is over the course of these next 7 months, this journey is going to continue to evolve for you personally as we go through all of this together, but also given what guides, angels, the cosmos, the nature of the journey is evolving, and we will be able to provide in real time the downloads of the latest information. So for the $22 a month, you get the class, you get us in interfacing with you. You'll have a chance to have cards pulled. Now, the 111 is that fast track where those of you that are like, well, I love the general stuff as well, and but I can't sit in this any longer. I need I need more focused attention and help, please. Now, on that one, because Jenn and I are going to be doing private readings for that, we do only have 40 spaces available. So that one is going to be kind of on a first come, first serve sort of thing. So yeah, that's all. Thanks, Jenn, for that.
No, yeah. That was perfect. And just pointing out too that we are going to still be doing the YouTube monthly as well. So I mean, it's like you get something no matter, but those that are wanting to go deeper, we're giving you opportunity to go deeper. All right. So do we want to talk about the blueprint readings? If you wanted to add that, you can.
Oh, I love this. I love this. So, and what we're also going to do is and there's Jenn is amazing. She's got some links up there for us. Is on my website there is links for a 30-minute twin flame reading. So we use a similar format as you guys experienced, just going in even deeper, pulling more clarifiers for you to bring all the clarity and help in a 30-minute. And then Jenn, do you mind talking about that blueprint reading a little bit?
It's a one-time thing. It's to help you understand what your actual twin flame contract really is. And so like we can look at it with another person or just you, but it's going to be, like I said, it's just a one-time thing, and it's an hour-long session where we go deep. We're going to help you understand, your past life contracts that you may have with these people, the soul connections that are involved, help you understand like what type of twin flame you might be dealing with. And so it's comprehensive. Like you're going to know exactly why you were chosen to be part of this mission by the time you're done with that.
I love that. And for me, having that piece of information was so important because I was stuck in the why. Like, I don't understand what this means. I don't know how to plug my life experience and how I feel into kind of like a spirit journey map, so it'll make some sense. And that blueprint reading is very helpful for that. Yeah.
But understanding what the actual contract is helps you understand how to work with it. Yes. And so it's not just happening to you anymore. You're getting to get back in the driver's seat of this thing. So that's why exactly. I think it's important for anybody that's serious about this work, to have just kind of this like baseline to look at. All right. So I think that now we're ready.
I think so. Thank you. Okay. I always got more to say.
So I think we'll just start with the top here with Goddess Bree. And do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You know what? I'm going to shuffle my deck a little bit, refresh the energy. Would you mind starting?
We'll start us out with Goddess Bree. All right. So we're going to pull one card from the Twin Flame Ascension Oracle, and then one card from Tarot for your guidance. So the Twin Flame Ascension is just showing what's going on currently in your Twin Flame connection. And I have Rebirth. Oh, wow. So something is being completely reborn here. And I think it's you. It's you. That's because, we've been talking about like literally contraction, labor energy for the past month. And so it's you. You're getting reborn in this. You're the one and it's personal freedom unleashed. Yes. I'm going to read this. Let me find this. Oh, wow. All right. And I hate this book because it's so hard to find these. What is this color? This is Aqua and it's Rebirth. Page 49. Okay. So we have the rebirth phase of the ascension journey can be an extremely painful process as you are stripped of personal habits, core beliefs, and karmic patterns. This process is referred to as the shaman's death, the death of your old self. Just like the phoenix, you will rise up out of the ashes and step into your new identity, becoming the person that you were meant to be. Letting go of control will unleash personal freedom. Trust that your heart is leading you in the direction of your destiny. Be gentle with yourself. You are being reborn into something new. Believe in your newly discovered abilities and affirm that everything you need to fly forward is inside of you. When the rebirth card shows up, it suggests that you will use this painful period to help others. Doing so will assist you to step out of your own circumstances and awaken your inner flame. This will ignite your soul with passion, making your journey a beautiful experience as you see the gift in your painful quest. So, I mean, like this, she's in the fire. She's in the fire right now. She is that Queen of Wands energy. She's walking through it, and she's the one who's going to get herself out of it. And then she's going to be ready to be full embodiment and being in her mission. And so your guidance here, the Three of Swords. Okay, so there is heartbreak. Let it hurt. Feel it. Allow yourself to go through the heartbreak, to feel it all the way to the fullest. I mean, we're not sugarcoating it. Let it be exactly what it is. We're not going to, this is those rose-colored glasses. See it for what it is. The reality check is here. Do you want to add anything for her on this?
Yes. Oh my goodness. So a moment ago, Jen and I, we were talking and I said something like, oh, and then, it's like you go through the cycle and then it's like the reset button gets hit and then it's back to the beginning. With this beautiful rebirth coming, and that's that repeat of the cycle, that's the Three of Swords. And with this rebirth, it's really a choice to be open to seeing it differently, being open to doing it differently. And just in the openness that is rebirth, you will receive different kinds of insights that will alter the path enough for you to just to see more clearly. Yeah.
All right. So our next one is going to be Jessica Newman.
Okay. Jen, could you do me a favor and read the what was her name once again?
Jessica Newman.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, Miss Jessica. We have an 8-8 card. I like the 8. That's a number of beautiful abundance. And it's path of least resistance. Choose ease and grace. Ease and grace. Paired with the 9 of Cups. So what's interesting about this is choosing ease and grace when it comes to getting what you want. The energy on this is asking you, please, to rethink what it is you want based on what you know to be true today. Because there's an old type of alignment that has to do with the information you had initially when you made this dream, when you created this vision for yourself. But now you have new facts. You have new different kinds of information. You are not the same kind of person that you used to be. And what that does, it's going to shift. It's going to shift what you ultimately want for yourself. And this just speaks of a big, beautiful, beautiful update. That is what will bring you ease, grace, and least resistance.
That's what I was feeling. The path of least resistance is what gets you what you actually want. So if you feel like you're having to force or control something, that's where you got to pull back, because that's where you're not meant to force this thing. You're meant to flow with this thing. So the path of least resistance.
Beautiful.
All right, so moving to Cynthia R, and I'm going to pull with the Twin Flame Oracle first. We have the High Priest, personal empowerment. And so I love that all of these messages are really asking them to stand in their power. And it's like, what is your inner knowing in this? And we're not trusting outside of ourselves right now. We're going within on this one. And then the guidance here with the tarot is the Knight of Cups. And so again, I keep getting that rose-colored glasses with this, because I just think that that's the theme right now, is that we've kind of looked at this whole twin flame journey through these rose-colored glasses. And so now we're kind of looking at it differently, and not being in love for the sake of love. This isn't a love story. And so we're reshaping like what the love in this mission actually looks like, because a lot of times we try to define it in ways that are more like enabling instead of actually love. And so, I mean, love isn't, and this is something, okay, from the weekend, something that came through to me about what unconditional love really means. Does it mean that you have to stay with this person? You have to like completely accept everything that they do? That's not unconditional love. That is not what unconditional love means. And so unconditional love means that you're giving them exactly what they need at the moment to be the best version of themselves. So what does that love look like? So it's more of a healthy love that we're trying to cultivate here instead of just love for the sake of love. All right. So would you like to add anything?
Yes. Oh my goodness. High Priest, this is about really looking into what you know, not necessarily what you hope you have seen evidence of. This is about your own inner knowing, what is deep in your heart, and to do what you can to not to take things on face value, not to say, well, not to romanticize overly so, where oh, he didn't mean it like that, or that's not really what happened, or ooh, no, it means this. It's not that. It'd be like, nope, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the facts that I do have, and I will plan accordingly based on what is, not what I would really hope to be true.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so we're
Yeah.
going to go to
Yeah.
Nettie P.
Okay, Miss Nettie. Feminine twin. Activating your higher self. So this is really asking you in your own feminine energy to lean a little bit more into that. And I'm gonna talk about that in just a minute here. Activating your higher self with the King of Swords. Interesting that this is a very, very, very masculine card, and then this is feminine, right? It would be like, what we know about feminine power is it is intuitive, it is phenomenally creative, and it has deep, deep, deep inner knowing. That inner knowing is what aligns with the higher self, and it allows you to see differently, to see clearly. And this guy also does not suffer fools. And what I mean by that is, oh my dear, there are untruths that have come your way, and you've let a lot of that slide or a lot of that go. And I totally understand that. But for you to rise in your own feminine power, this King of Swords would love, your internal King of Swords would love to come forward and say, no, not true, not true, not true. And it doesn't even have to be necessarily that kind of confrontational. Just no, I know what I know, and that's what I know, because I know. And to lean into that a little bit more. And this also includes the way you talk to yourself. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We got a lot of higher truth coming out.
Higher is like, you've got to look at it from that higher perspective. That's where your clarity is coming from. So when you're right there in the middle of it here, dealing with the triggers, dealing with all of the actual like humanness of it, the emotions that come with it, it's really hard to get clarity. So you've got to go to that higher self. You've got to be able to pull back and look at it from that higher level perspective so that you can finally get the clarity so that you do know what you need to do with this information that's coming at you. All right. So let's see.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, so Angela Banks is next. And so I am going to pull with the Twin Flame Oracle for you. We have Breakthrough, Processing Karmic Debris. So you are having a breakthrough. You've been going through a lot of karma. You've been working through a lot of karma, but it's like you finally have gotten to this point where you kind of see what it's all about. And so with the tarot, we have the Ten of Wands. You're ready to let go of the heaviness. You're ready to let go of what you know does not belong to you. So this tells me that you were probably carrying a lot of your twins' load for them. And so now then you're kind of throwing it back to them. No, this is yours to do. I've done my work. Now then it's time for you to do the part. So for you to stand up and you to do what you're supposed to do. And I think that's your breakthrough moment, is realizing how much of this whole connection you were carrying on your own back. And now then what is yours and what you need to let go back to them. All right.
Oh, Jenn, I love what you said when you said carrying the load. You know, yeah, it's so much so perhaps to the extent that there's enmeshment, and maybe you don't know what is yours and what is theirs. And one of the things that might serve you is let me have a look at that again. What really is mine? What really is mine to carry? Do I make decisions based on we all the time, or is it me too? And you might just want to look at that, because there's quite a bit of enmeshment and confusion around that. Yeah. Wow.
Which is very, very easy and common to get into in these connections.
That is the truth.
All right. So we have Jupiter's bell next.
Oh, goodness. Well, we all know how I feel about Jupiter. Oh, my goodness. Oh, 1. We love the ones. Acknowledge. Take responsibility. Okay. The Chariot. Wow. Okay. Fast. I'm seeing so fast. Whatever you want. You are ready to move so darn fast. And the way to do that, the way to move really fast, is whatever steps you need to take. I'm not going to wait anymore. I'm not waiting. I'm not going to wait on anything outside me. What do I want? What steps do I need to take to move myself forward? And you don't need to know a whole plan. You don't need to know the end game, or what's going to happen on step 10. It'd be like, I need to just start going into action, taking the first step forward. And as you move into that first step, or if you think, hey, I'm beyond step 1, okay, fine, step 5, step 500, whatever the next one is, then your higher self will bring you the next step. And the reason they're only going to bring you one step at a time is because you are in a massive growth, a massive transformation. And to bring you step 55 in the future would slow you down. And whatever's going on for you, you got ants in your pants. You're like, I gotta go. I gotta go. And
well, look at the phoenix in her picture there. She's so she's in the fire. She's coming out of it. Yeah.
Yes. And this lovely card is also victory, right? So one step at a time is right. This is where the shortcut is really the long way. You want to go one step at a time. Super duper intuitive card. Victory sometimes goes slower to go fast. I hope that makes sense. And but I love this Chariot card for you, paired with acknowledge, 1, taking responsibility. Yeah. Do you have anything, Jenn?
So, yeah, I love the Chariot card because I call it the MacGyver card. And it's like you have the ability when things start going off the rails, you have the ability. But I think it's coming back to that first one. Tell me what's the name of that other card?
We have the 1 acknowledge, and then we have the Chariot. Yeah.
You do have to acknowledge like where you're at, what's really happening, and what so there's that piece, but like what needs to happen. But you have the ability. That's what I love about that card. It just tells you have the ability to get this to go the direction you want it to go. But you have to acknowledge like what your part is and what actually needs to happen for the greatest good of all. Not just the greatest good of like what I want in this moment. What is the greatest good of all? Because sometimes the greatest good of all is like leaving them into their karma to work with. And that doesn't feel good to us. Like that's the piece that is the hardest part for us is, okay, we see that they're still not doing their work and they're still stuck in their karma. And we know that the piece that gets us like moving is for us to break free and leave, like letting them go. that's the surrender, but that's the hard part, because what if they don't do it? What if they don't come with us? It's like we've got to take that focus off of them, and it's like back to what is ours, and coming back to the 10 of Wands card from the other.
I was just thinking
like,
10 of Wands.
Yeah, we're not doing your part for them anymore. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
You know what, Jen? What I love about whoever y'all are on this beautiful call tonight, this what's wonderful is, man, the guides are talking, the intuition is active. I'm kind of blown away a little bit about all this information we're getting off one or two cards. That just says we are, whoever y'all are, so glad you're here, and you are on the move.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So we have divine timing up next. And so I'm pulling with the Twin Flame Oracle for you. We have 10-10 reunion, reconciling differences. You might have the best card that came out tonight. So I do think that, and so we have probably multiple reunions. And so just because you come together once to work on things doesn't mean you're going to stay together, because that's the thing that I try to help people understand, especially with, twin flame connections. Like, you have purpose. They have purpose. They're not just a relationship just to have a relationship. So if you're coming together, there's a reason why you're coming together. And so with the tarot, let's see, we've got the Hangman. And so there's some stuck energy that we're still working through. We need to see things from a different perspective. This is also that surrender card. And so to get us to this reunion energy, what are you having to surrender? What ways are you having to look at things differently? So I'm going to let Hope go ahead and jump in, because I feel that you've got.
I love what you just said about this surrender, and about this beautiful Hanged Man card. Is you're a big energy. You do a lot, and you care a lot, and you give a lot, and a lot. It's really amazing how much you have to give, and the energy I pick up so clearly on this, however, is leave a little bit of space for the person to come back. Like, and it could just be, hey, you know what? I'm gonna drop the ball a little here or there, and give them a chance to pick it up. Or if there's a gap, a space in something, I'm not gonna rush to fill it necessarily. I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna Hanged Man this, right? I'm gonna be a little patient, and I'm just gonna change my perspective, allow my perspective to be changed by stepping back and looking at this a little bit differently. That will help create bigger balance in this connection.
All right. So next is Amelia Audit.
Oh, this is great. Oh, Miss Amelia. Hey, so I'm just checking time right now, and it's a little bit, we were going to go an hour. We're 5 after the hour, and I'm good to keep going though. Jen, are you?
We're good. We have one more left unless anybody else shows up. So we've got Amelia and then one more. Yeah.
Oh, love it. Love it. Okay. So, we had High Priest earlier. Now we have the 10-10 card of High Priestess, expanding consciousness, paired with the 7 of Wands. Expand consciousness paired with 7 of Wands. Oh, my dear. Oh, it is understandable why you have your guard up. It is very understandable. You have been through a lot. You've done a lot. And this is hard fought here. Hard fought, hard won. You've done a great job on any boundary work. The request from your beautiful team of light is you have definitely elevated quite a bit in your High Priestess, your intuition, your own divine feminine energies. You are safer than you were when you were fighting for yourself, for your voice, for your boundaries. You did the work. You did it. Congratulations. You leveled up. And now we can relax just a little bit, to give yourself a chance to know what you know and put what you know and have learned into practice when it comes to this connection.
And I just pick up with the High Priestess is just staying connected to your intuition and not drowning it out. So making sure that, like, you do put the boundaries when you know that, like when you feel it, don't drown it out with all of those, well, maybe it meant this, or maybe, like, trust what you know, and take that next step that you know that you need to take. All right.
Beautiful.
And so we have FX Wealth Synergy. And so let's see, with the Twin Flame Oracle, we have Master Alchemist, Violet Flame Activation. And so, Master Alchemist, you have worked through a lot of karma in order to get to a master level of the Alchemist. And that's what a lot of this really is. Too, like when we're talking about working through the karma, we're alchemizing it. And so while it may feel like, again, this is kind of going back into the toxic relationships, the way that the outside world kind of looks at what's happening, you're not just in a toxic relationship, you're alchemizing. You're taking like that old karma and you're working it through your own heart system, and it's coming out as like you're transmuting the negative into something positive. And it's with that violet flame. What do you know about the violet flame? That one I don't know.
Oh goodness. Whew, the violet flame is no joke. It is one of the most, if not the most powerful alchemizing tools we have here on the planet to clear energy. In the past, pre-2012, the beautiful ascended master Saint Germain is the one that grounded that to our planet. And since post 2012 winter solstice, it is ever evolving as again, one of the most powerful cleansing, clarifying, alchemizing tools we have. And so whatever you're doing, you have alchemized, transmuted all kinds of density, lower energies into their higher expression.
Yeah. And I pulled the Hierophant with the tarot. And so, like, this is about what are you committed to? What are your beliefs? I mean, you're really like, I'm trying to get like what's trying to come through on this, but I mean, you're rethinking everything that you thought that you knew about all of this, about what you knew about love, what you knew about yourself, about what you knew about even the twin flame journey. It's like, what do you actually believe and what do you want to actually commit yourself to? So what would you like to add with that?
Oh my gosh. Yes. So you're saying, wow, it's kind of a review a little bit, and yep. And chances are this has been coming up for you for a while because you keep alchemizing it. And what I mean by that is letting go of old thoughts, old belief systems, and just moving into the 2.0 version of it as you continue to use the violet flame. Now, I don't know how familiar you are with that powerful tool to alchemize the past, shift it, and elevate it into where you're going, not where you've been. But any research you wanted to do on that would be of highly beneficial, great benefit, because I have a feeling that this is something that your beautiful higher self has been doing for you, and to whatever extent you're aware of, maybe about 10%. The more you do any of your own research about this, it's going to blow the top off for you. Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
All right. We're going to add one more. We have Julie.
Julie,
that I would like us to read for. So I'm going to let you pull for her.
I love it. Okay. We have a 1/1 card. Surrender. Dark Night of the Soul.
Oh, no.
You know what? I got to say, I'm not surprised.
She's not surprised. She knows where she's at in this.
No. Because what we know to be true about the twin flame journey is it is a series of dark nights of the soul, right? As we move through this journey, we become dark night soul ninjas. we learn to get this down. Oh my goodness. Paired with this beautiful Ace of Pentacles. Now, whatever dark night of the soul you are currently navigating or just have completed, good job. You did the work. Whatever that was, whatever, right, angst, heartbreak, you did it. You're being rewarded. A new opportunity in the physical is coming your way that aligns with your vision. Now, this could mean a shift in the love, but this is about you and your life. So it will be about what you are needing most on the earth plane at this time. I love this for you.
I like that you pointed out that the dark night, we don't just go through one, we go through multiple. But like the positive thing about that, and it's like, and it showed up right here, is that every time you go through a dark night, you're always going to be rewarded. You're leveling up after you get through it. And so there's your level up. It is coming. You just got to get through it. And it hurts. We know it hurts, but I mean, it's like, this is that fire process. This is the refining process. Is that what they call it? And it's getting out anything that cannot go with you to that next level that you're headed to. All right. So I think that got everybody in the chat.
This is great.
For everybody. Thank you so much for everybody that joined us tonight, and definitely come back. Like we said, we'll do the collective reading and pull cards for viewers the last Tuesday of every month on Hope's channel, Ascending Life Tarot. And then we invite all of you to be a part of the Divine Feminine Mastery series, in which that's in the chat, and I'll put it down in the comments too, to make sure that you all have access to that. We have the two options. We have the 22 a month that gets you the group coaching, the 90-minute group coaching call. Or if you really want to go deeper and have like a monthly reading with us, we've got the fast track option for you. So we hope to see many of you as part of this. But even if you're not part of that, if you'll just support us on what we're doing here, we greatly, greatly appreciate you. So do you have anything else you want to add before we close it out?
Just a little bit. And part of the reason that I'm so excited to work with you and y'all here, and Jenn, I'm so grateful to be partnering with you, is because I've been on my own twin flame journey, and I had a 25-year marriage with my twin flame, and we split a couple years ago, and so I know this very, very well. I have a lot of experience in going through whatever you may be going through, and also picking yourself up through the process, and massive growth, healing, and ascension through it. And so I'm very excited to share this. And Jenn, I know you have as well.
Like, mine has not been 25 years. I don't know how you made it 25 years. Like, I've been doing it for 6 years, and it was like the accelerated version. And oh my God. Like, it's intense. And so I know, like, I wish I had support through it, and finding Hope, I found support. And so now that we're wanting to take, that same support and give it out to others, because I know that we are not the only ones that are going through this. No. So, 6 years, 25 years, or even just 1 year. I mean, once you're on it, like, oh my God, it changes your life.
Absolutely. Wow. And so just thank you all so much for joining in tonight. And we'll see you again soon.
All right. Bye.